What's going on, Collective? It's your boy Skinny, back with you yet again. I know I've been showing up a lot here lately, hosting, but I mean, it's a nice little change up. Today, I'm joined by the up-and-coming, really just one of the hottest casters we got right now, Diamondback. What's up, man?
Not too much, man. Apparently, I'm hot, so I'm sizzling, grilling, broiling, whatever your preferred method of cooking meat
Of
with
cooking
heat.
is?
Whatever your preferred method of cooking is. I'm some varying level of that, and we have a solid game for you today. We have Check 6 going up against Centurion, played on Consulate. Gonna be a solid match. Now, Skinny, what do you think about Consulate just as a map in general? Are you for it or are you against it?
I have a very love-hate relationship with it, as I'll get into it right now as all the players are ready, but I have a very love-hate relationship with it. Some days I pop off on it, and on other days I'm just dropping the bomb, so depends on the day, really. But what about bans? What are you thinking we're gonna get for bans here?
So I don't see really anything necessary to ban. Maybe a Blackbeard, maybe a Montaigne, probably a Blitz. The Maverick coming out. Maverick, not really too necessary except for on those basement bomb sites. Now, for that reasoning, kind of a strange ban, as you could take something a little bit stronger off the board. And we are going to see the Blackbeard. The beard will not be feared in this match. Now, for defensive bans, normally people like to ban Mira on defense, but there aren't really any big Mira spots. Consulate is a very easy site to breach into above the objective or below the objective and take out those Miras easy. But we will see a Mira ban, so what do I know? Nothing, apparently.
I mean, that's more or less a comfort ban. Mira is a very powerful operator, but on a map like Consulate, Valkyrie in particular, I feel is just such a powerful operator to have on here. And Centurion will instead opt to ban out the Maestro.
A solid ban. Just a really solid ban. I was thinking that maybe Centurion would opt to ban out the Jaeger away from Loki. Loki has been playing really strong on those Jaeger roams recently. But it looks like we will have just a very basic setup. Now, let's see who we are going to have as we will head into the console office meeting room. That second floor site, a really strong, easy site to defend. You can really cause some havoc on the vertical play and on the runouts. And it looks like we'll see the Pulse, Echo, Jaeger, Bandit, Smoke. Just a really basic lineup. A lot of utility here, a lot of repelling denial, especially coming in from the Smoke, and the vertical gameplay from the Pulse. On the offensive side, Thatcher, IQ, Thermite, Ash, Buck. Buck, obviously, really great with those vertical plays. He's going to be able to buck out some of those bandit batteries if he does so choose. Ash can also get that as well. The Thermite coming in, strong primary gun with just a strong all-around operator. And let's see how they set up this site. A very crucial part of defending this upstairs site will be getting control of those yellow and white striped stairs. And also holding that little balcony right outside the bomb site. Now, how the defense can do this is twofold. They can either run out a ton and try and knock people off their repelling, or they can bring a smoke, or if they're feeling really froggy, a castle. It doesn't really work with 6-pick because the attackers can just 6-pick onto a fuse in through those castle barricades, and everything in the room is gone. Or they can just take breaching charges or ash them off. Castle seems like a pretty strong pick here, but I would doubt that we would see him for those reasons alone, just because the 6-pick is so good at countering whatever he likes to do. You're going to see a full wall off of that bomb site onto those yellow white striped stairs. And here we go. Let's get into the round. 30 seconds in, what are you seeing out of the attacks?
Well, aside from Banana Bros contesting an admin office and getting the first pick onto Loki immediately, that's the Ash taken out. What I'm curious about in this setup is we saw Jello 6 pick off of a Jackal into the Thermite as he is taken out by Joe. And that scares me for one, because that would imply that you're going to attack the garage site, but along with that is that Centurion have brought a bandit for console meeting, which I don't feel is a very necessary operator on this site. So odd choices on both ends, but I understand them as we have Banana Bros dealing with even more. Serbian touching the first kill for his team. That's the Echo taken down, and Banana Bros is also downed but not out, right outside of admin office. No one looks available to collect him on his team. However, Serbian will be put the drone out. Admin office here. Could possibly figure out that the Yater is down. Yes, he will. And see if we can capitalize on him before he's picked up. Yoshi will be entering in through lobby, but no one is here to contest him. He'll just fly, it seems. Nicolo finishing up Banana Bros. Finally, that's the Yater taken out, ironically by a grenade. But there wasn't much of them left to get rid of. Yoshi, I don't think you need your standard to find that camera, but I'm happy to see you use your utility nonetheless.
He's making sure of it. He's making absolutely sure he knows exactly where that default camera is. Now we are going to see the Buck come out onto that balcony, moving in, trying to get some of those frag grenades on. He does have control of that balcony, is outside the site, but oh, he goes down to the bandit.
Huge pitch by the bandit of
Loading mag!
And really curious placement by the Buck. Not the one that I would place outside of the projector windows, as like we mentioned before, that vertical plate can be huge, and TC, horrible misplacement, will be taken out by Yoshi on the spiral stairs. We're now back to a 2v2. All left now to the Pulse and the Bandit, so that is actually quite a lot of plant denial still available, as they both do still have the stars, as Jake will dispose of his, but will collect nothing but a little scratch on the Yoshi, who will now be going for the plants. This could ultimately still be stopped here, as Beans will take out Serbian. Plant does throw down though. Yoshi takes out Beans. It's 1v1 between Yoshi, who's very lit up, and Jake on Pulse. IQ versus Pulse, age-old battle here. Shots right now, none connecting so far. And a rush by Yoshi will be met by a demise via Jake, and Centurion take round one just by the grit of their teeth. And just by that round alone, curious decisions and all, I think this is going to be a great game.
Probably a little bit of over-aggression by Check 6, wouldn't you say? Losing a member, losing Loki right off the beginning on that Ash. Maybe not expecting, maybe a little bit of struggling drone work. Not really sure what happened in that phase. Now, we will go to the split site, Teller's Archives, and you are actually a big fan of Teller's Archives.
Oh, definitely. Towers Archives, and then I guess split sites in general, as also the Towers site on Oregon, I'm a huge fan of. But I think Towers Archives is a lot more, there's a lot more that you can do with it, given how much you can do with split sites as is. But as the second site that come out is a really nice pick to see here, as we get the Cade 6 pick to a Rook. Not sure how Centurion plans on holding this site, but same lineup coming out by Check 6, with the exception of the Jello in play.
And definitely, we're going to see a little bit more of the same, and as the age-old saying goes, if it's not broken, why would you fix it? They had a really strong game. Their C4s didn't exactly land, but they were really close, and the C4 placement will be so absolutely huge, as they will have at least one of them this time coming out of the Pulse.
Yeah, opting for less than 4. Really curious on that Rook pitch, as I don't know if the Cade would have been a better pitch for this site in particular. Yeah.
Yeah, that ACOG.
The one thing that
the ACOG's still able to hold those long angles, still able to help peel off the roamers a little bit more than that KTCS or the recently nerfed semi-automatic 44 Magnum pistol. But the Echo coming out, still another strong operator, maybe a little bit more range this time coming out from Centurion. But still, I agree with you. I'm not exactly sure what they're going to do with the Rook, and I guess we'll have to wait until the round to see and find out. As we do see Jello popping off some shots, trying to get a little bit of a pre-fire. Oh! And a great shot to take out the Jaeger.
Down. Beautiful shot by Jello, and first pitch for Chex coming out within the first minute of the round. Great pitch.
That Jack
footprints down here.
Using that Inox tracker to a huge benefit for his team. Will not find a roamer, but still, the location of that Echo is big.
Banana Bros taking off the Ash of Loki, being the opening death for his team once again. But as an Ash, you're either getting the kills first or you're the first kill. There's really no other way around it. I believe first C4 comes out and will not connect. That's the only C4 on the side of Centurion out. Second Yokai blast will connect onto the planter. And Banana Bros gets the second kill. That is Yoshi taking down. That's the Thermite down. And Diffuser down as well, right inside of towers. Jello refracting onto Banana just in time to grab the Diffuser. And will actually not connect onto the Yotai drone to my knowledge, unless I am just blind. Jello very lit right now, but those Yotai drones really going to be the be-all end-all to this plant, and the plant does go down. Also, our Serbian does take out Jake, does the pulse take down, and it's now all up now to TC and Beans to retake onto Tellers, and a 2-3. Beans will not connect on the Serbian, did some damage to him, but not enough to fell him. And all enough to the Echo of TC, who's taking damage on Visa Stairs and will be felled by Nicolo, and Chet Sits coming back with a round of their own in quite commanding fashion.
And I like that split site as you do, but I think that Centurion maybe needed to bring a little bit more plants in, Michael. Maybe bring a couple bit more C4s, maybe rotate that Rook upstairs faster. Just something to deal with the aggression that Check 6 have shown very, very early, as they are still, you know, getting first kills within the first minute of the round, 2 rounds in a row. It doesn't seem like they're over-droning or under-droning. It just seems like they're seeing openings in the Centurion defense and pushing in, whether those holes in the Centurion defense are there by design. That is the question. Could Centurion be baiting them in, as they will 6th pick off of the Vigil onto the castle again, as we will head back to Cafeteria Garage in the basement, in the pit, where so much can go down.
Yeah, absolutely. The lockdown side of Chetsit's going to be crucial in this side especially. But to go back to that last round, I think the problem that Centurion really had in their setup of the site was, I think they had too many ways blocked off, because the way split sites work are you need a lot of flexibility with your team and communication especially to make it work. And the way the way Centurion had it set up, too many C teams right now, but the way Centurion had their defense set up was they had too many ways to sites blocked off. Again, split sites, you need a lot of flexibility, and if the attackers can isolate one way to a site, then it's more or less game over, unless you get the retake of a lifetime. Alas, it's all in the past now, as we're back in the, well, actually this is the first time we've gone to Garage, but back in the bottom site regardless, bottom floor rather, and see what we can make happen here.
And an important battle to watch is going to be the Bandit and the Thermite. And, oh, looks like Jello coming out with some early aggression. But keeping the big garage for Bandit. Bandit tricked. Bandited. Kept away from the Thermite, whose exothermic charge can open up a massive hole and can go down quickly. But we do have a first frag coming out very quick. And it's another early pick from Check 6.
Again, the Jaeger of Ghost being felled very early on. Not the worst operator to lose, but that is all control on Piano given up. And now Nickel can just go to town on this flooring down into Garage. Bandit batteries will be taken off, but there was a Thatcher in play anyway. And 3-panel garages, or 3-panel walls in general, not the easiest Bandit's good. So Garage will be opened As elsewhere, who is being stand up here? We have the Castle of TC playing all the way up in console office, being tracked by that Jackal. Checkshit's going to be certain to clear out the roamers. As Joe will do just that, and the castle goes down, and that is all of Centurion's roam presence taken out. As well as Jake on the Legion taking a lot of damage down. I'm not entirely sure from where, but Loki picks up his first kill of the game onto the Legion. There wasn't a whole lot of Legion left to get rid of, but we're in a 5v2 here, and Check 6 is in sight. Serbian takes off Beans, and it's all up now to Banana Bros in a 1v5 situation. And yeah,
you will find
very odd battle between the Echo and the Ash particularly, but all of Check 6 just collapse on the Echo, and they take their second round in a row.
And outside of that little bit of a struggle spray there at the end, a textbook attack from Check 6. Solid roam clears, good early picks. They get the wall open almost immediately, and they just push in and go for kills. They could have gone for plant. They could do anything. The world is their oyster. As we will head back to the console meeting office, definitely where Centurion have looked the strongest, as that was the round that they won. We are going to see the Hibana come out instead of the Thermite, a definitely stronger pick, as the Hibana can breach from range, an ability that I feel like is a little bit underrated when we talk about hard breaching. The ability, excuse me, to hard breach from complete and total safety. We are going to see the Capital come out. That will definitely help with some of that post plant and setting up plant.
First kill of the round coming out from TC, the smoke taking out the Jaeger of Jake. Check 6 off to a great start on this round before the prep phase is even over. And that's, not only is that bad in the sense of a TK, but that Jaeger got absolutely nothing placed down. No reinforcements, no ADSs, no secondary gadget. As he does have a nice fall through the hatch anyway, so at least it was a bit of a flashy TK, but a TK nonetheless, and Centurion are definitely going to be feeling that later on, especially, or Centurion are going to be feeling that later on, especially if Check 6 figure out that that is in fact the Jaeger that was felled.
And that is a huge, huge error, just not looking and paying attention. You always have to be paying attention in a game like Rainbow Six Siege, where you can get one-tapped through 3 soft walls and a table. You need to have your head on a swivel. Always, always, always. Especially for the teammates. But we're going to have a big pick onto the Jackal from that Echo. So
Ghost,
Centurion get it right back with Ghost.
Ghost quit to equalize some mistakes of his teammate. Takes some damage in the process and will be felled by Yoshi. This is just an aggressive push from admin by Check 6, it looks like. First smoke canister comes out by TC. Is running 4v3 within the first minute. That projector wall from the back will be getting opened up as Loki has full control of Londes. Beautiful C4 by Banana Bros though. That's Paul's playing down below, doing his job, taking out the IQ. That Londes coverage is felled for the time being. However, projector walls will still be open regardless, as Banana Bros is just on a deep flank here. TC does still maintain control of projectors. The second smoke canister comes out, and we're not even halfway through the round. He's going to have to figure out how to manage that last one for the time being. Beans still playing top 4. Centurion has no roam presence for this round, but that's more or less on their own mistakes, as we have Nicolo here droning out from yellow stairs right now. He does have control though. Banana Bros going for a flank here will down the Thatcher of Serbian. I'm not sure if he is aware of this or not, but we are in a 3v2 as the time being, as it stands. And Nicolo saving the day, reading into that play by Banana Bro perfectly, will take out the pulse and revive his teammate. So now we're in a 3v2 here, back in favor of Check 6. Beans taking some damage, Serbian taking out TC, and now it's all up to Beans on a 1v3. Now, as a bandit, you do have one of the best guns on defense. In my opinion, you still have a C4, so it is winnable, but Plant is going down and projected by Yoshi. Plant is successful, and now we're on a 1v3 retake. C4 goes out, will meet nothing. Nicolo pushing in, does a lot of damage onto Beans, but not enough. He will be felled. And this is certainly winnable for Beans still, as Serbian is on more or less the same amount of HP as him. However, he does have the fully HP'd Habana, looks the wrong way and is taken out by Serbian on spiral stairs as opposed to yellow stairs where he was expecting him to be. And Chet sits three in a row.
And a strong effort from Centurion despite losing the Jaeger, one of the strongest operators, all 3 ADSs, the barbed wire, and the 2 reinforcements being taken off the board. A great effort, but still some little small mistakes that are costing them that round. But we cannot talk about that round without talking about how good Czech 6 is at when they smell blood in the water, they attack. When they're smelling a weakness, they exploit it. This is something this team does fantastically. It's something they've done all year long, as we will see Banana Bros 6-pick out of the Tachanka onto the Kaid. Unfortunately, we will not get that massive LMG turret, but we will see Serbian bring out the Nomad. So a little bit of a change on that roam clear, as we will still see the Jackal come out. We will still see the Habana. A little bit of a different approach from the offense. What do you make of this, Skinny?
I think offensively, Czech 6 are definitely they're being dominant on these attacks for sure. As that last round certainly proved. Also, I love how you say that minor mistakes being a 12 gauge to the back of the head down the hatch. But I think this is more so, this attacker lineup by Czech 6, I do like it, especially the Nomad, as on a map like Consulate, she's actually very strong. So I'd say Consulate is honestly one of her best maps, maybe right next to Oregon. But this attacker lineup with the Yin and the Ash definitely reads a lot more aggressive to me. The Habana over the Thermite, maybe not ideal for the barrage site, but it's certainly not, you know, impossible. However, with the Cade in play, that the Habana Pellets can actually beat Cade tricks, and along with the Bandit as well. He's already placed out 3 of his batteries. I don't know, it should definitely go either way on that garage panel, but it's going to be crucial. A lot of shots coming out by the Yater here, as both Serbian and Loki are dropped down to just over half HP. I'm not entirely sure where the Yater is. He's being collapsed on in Piano, and Loki will be the one to collect the kill onto TC. That's the Yater failed within the first minute. Yater really seeming to be a death trap for Centurion, as it doesn't matter who's been playing him, but it's just been the opening death of whoever is on him every round.
And all
collecting
of that
the second kill onto Ghosts.
All of that Heartbreach denial gone too. The Kaid and the Bandit both brought to take out some of that Heartbreach denial, and Czech 6 are just going to get the garage door essentially free.
Loading new magazine.
Nicolo taking out his second onto Jake. That is the post taken down. Give you guys a Twitch Storberg halfway through the round, as I failed to mention it. Czech 6 really popping off here. Nicolo and Serbian, especially Jello picking up Banana Bros, and Loki just finishing out Beans on a very fast round by Czech 6. Easily their most dominant. As I do believe we will be having a rehost here. My apologies for not bringing up the Storberg earlier. We do have Nicolo and Serbian really popping off here, 7-6, but no one really lacking on Czech 6 side. And I'm not entirely sure Centurion are going to actually attempt to go for a rehost or not, as they do all need to leave before prep phase ends, so I mean they can certainly decide on it. But here's the storyboard for everyone not named TC. I mean, it's a 1-4 storyline difference, but I mean, it's not like Centurion are just being dragged through the mud here or anything, aside from that last round, but
they're definitely putting up a very significant fight in the face of, you know, a team kill round, in the face of, well, they have had someone lagged out and are still not moving for the rehost, and in the face of Czech 6, who are a very good team. who are very, very aggressive and have some really solid fraggers in Loki, Jellos, and Serbian. I mean, you put any one of those guys on an Ashe or a Jaeger, and they're going to be able to do some damage. But you get to have, you know, Serbian on a Thatcher. It's pretty nice when your utility support operators can slay with the rest of them. And we are going to have a little bit of damage go down to the Bandit. More than likely from that Twitch drone, which has been taken out already. But we are going to have an attempt at this drone. And we are going to have an attempt at a 4v5 hole on this second floor site.
We have Ghost join for a spawn peak here, but what I'm curious about is, one, why you're not rehosting when you're down 1-4. I mean, props to Centurion for going through with that. That's definitely a bold move, to say the least. But really, what I'm curious about on their top floor holds is they brought this Bandit every single time. And like I said before, I don't think he's essential, as Ghost takes a lot of damage from the right outside of console between Londes from console windows. However, being the dock, he can heal himself back up. Banana Bro's also taking some damage. Who is this commanding on stairs? That is the Twitch of Niccolo, as it appears that an admin push is coming out elsewhere in my check 6 here. Loki on the flank will fell Ghost as the dot taken out. I believe he's expended all of his stim pistols anyway, so no utility wasted, but as a gun down, we're in a 3v5 within the first minute. Loki takes the second on the Jade, is refragged by Beans, 2v4 here. Beans looking to go for a second here onto the Jackal, but is instead felled by Banana Bros on the flank. However, Serbian refrags on the Beans, and it's all now 2 Banana Bros on a 1v3. Plant is going down, just over a minute of playtime on this round. Plant is successful. We find Banana Bros in 1v3 retake versus 3 very powerful attackers, all with great guns, and will be dropped to very low HP, but does find the kill onto Serbian. That is the Nomad taken out. I don't know if those air jets were placed prior, but they can definitely be a game changer here. But Banana Bros on 1 HP.
And hanging on.
And the Twitch shield gets him!
Oh no, the disrespect coming out from Check 6 and Niccolo, who know they essentially have this one won, and we are seeing a little bit of an explanation for the chat, from the chat on why there is no rehorse. Zen Black Magic is telling us that their 5th guy has to go. They don't have their full roster in here. They did not have some players that got signed up on time. Just an unfortunate situation for Centurion, who are putting up a really, really strong fight despite not being in the best situations. I feel like being able to take 1 round off of that, off of Check 6 with everything they've had to go through, is a pretty valiant effort. We'll see what they can do on attack. They will elect to bring the Finka, the Ashe, the Twitch, the IQ with no hard breacher. And we will have Serbian on the Vigil, Niccolo on the Valkyrie, and Loki on the Jaeger. Maybe a 6-pick? And we will see a 6-pick onto a Frost. So we still have a lot of run-out capability with some traps, as we will head to console meeting. Now, all of these traps will be very, very solid in that upper floors and on those stairs to make sure that someone has to make noise when they are making it up the stairs. Check 6 are going to attempt to have information on every single person that even so much as attempts to step foot on the second floor, whether you are shooting a frost mat, whether you are hitting a lesion mine, whether you are spotted by the Valkyrie Black Eye, they will know where you are coming from. And it is looking very, very dire for Centurion, who with the Finka, with the Twitch, with the IQ, with the Ashe, all really, really strong operators, especially if the Finka brought that LMG in gunfights. They are looking to just muscle their way through. They are going to essentially say, we are going to take these fights, we are going to fire back. And yes, it is the LMG of the Finka from Nice Guy Jake, as he does beam the Echo off of the spawn peak. A huge operator taken off the board. And so far, this bigger muscles strategy coming out from Centurion is working out.
Crossing them as well. Curious decision being made by Chet 6 right now. The Frostbite to me read that they were expecting a rush or very aggressive play by Centurion, and yet Chet Sits are the ones that are propagating the, or I guess propagating would be the right word, but forcing this aggressive play. As we do have Ghost lighting up a Legion on Yoshi extremely right inside of Cabinet. He'll be on 1 HP. Loki taking some damage as well. Niccolo still on full HP, and this is the first bout we've seen. C4 coming out will not connect onto the Finka, as we've got the Twitch just hitting so many Doom Mines. Will be felled by Loki. First frag coming out on Chet Sit's sides, as we will equalize to a 3v3. But to go to this Valkyrie for a moment, she will hold off on contesting with the Finka for now, is it's the first Valkyrie we've seen this whole game, and honestly I feel that a Valkyrie in place of the Bandit on that top 4 site for Centurion would have been a huge game changer for them. But alas, the Valkyrie only being utilized by Chet Sits in this game. See how well it benefits them. Loki going to press into Projector. Second Finger boost does come out, and Ghost and Loki really just playing a game of cat and mouse with each other so far, as we do have a repel coming in. Loki perfectly does not get the kill, does a lot of damage onto the IQ though, as the last Sphincter charge does come out. Loki in a really bad spot here, as Yoshi will drop the Ash down to extremely low HP, as both Jade and Beans fall down respectively. That's the Finka and the IQ taken down. Ghost refracting on the Loki, but Niccolo does throw the final kill onto Ghost, and that puts Chet Sits onto match point here. But a very valiant effort coming out by Centurion there. Definitely doing their best to capitalize on the misplays of Chet Sits, who were just maybe being a little bit too greedy, I guess you could say, on the opening minute of that round. But ultimately, they still win it out. We're on match point, Sits 1, Niccolo breaking double digits now, going 10-2, which is pretty incredible, as we've got Yoshi top riding with the assists, well, top of the leaderboard with the assists here, 3-2, so 4 deaths between them over 7 rounds is pretty impressive. And then we got Loki and Serbian both dropping 7, and Jello just playing the hard support as he does. But again, to go back to Centurion, 4v5, you're not in a great spot, but you're still putting up a fight here for sure. Even if you are down 1-6, your kills are not exactly, terrible in that regard.
I agree. They're not getting beamed off the map. They're dealing with some unfortunate circumstances, a little bit of a roster swap coming in, someone having to leave in the middle of the match. I mean, it's understandable to struggle like this, like they have been under those circumstances. And even so, the remaining players are still playing this out. They are not defaulting to traditional attacks on concept. They are saying, okay, this is what we have to work with. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take gunfights and just go with it. And we do have some creative artwork coming out onto the garage door, as well as
some
much
branding
more family
coming out by
friendly.
Niccolo.
So a much more family-friendly Check 6 logo. Maybe we can get a clip of that, put that in the not top 10 of the week, and we will see a spawn peek from Check 6. And that is Loki getting one off the board early. It's just not working out for Centurion.
Whoa.
It's just
as Chet Sits aware that they're in the driver's seat and they're just toying with their food. You hate to see it, but they know they're in that good position. Though Banana Bros will take out Loki, so somewhat equalizing things. But still, that blitz could have been a huge pit for them later, as the first Phantom Surge comes out and doesn't collect anything. Second Phantom Surge coming out as well. Jay collecting the second kill onto Jello. We are in the 3v3 now. Curious operator choice for Jello, especially being the support player that he is. And we just got Niccolo holding down downstairs right now. Jake looking the wrong way, will not connect. Does get pushed by the Tebi as the last Phantom Surge comes out. Beans wise to not pursue the kill, as we do have Jade very low on HP. Niccolo still has 2 stim surges. We'll use one on himself, as we know after that wonderful Chet Sit branding, and a beautiful kill onto Banana Bros as well by Niccolo. Beans will refrag on the Serbian though. That is the Bandit taken down, and we're in a 2v2 here. both attachers on Centurion very badly damaged. First Logic Bomb coming out, but no one really available to capitalize on that. And all of these Adrenal Surges have already been expended as well, so this is Centurion in dire straits, and it's understandable, but like we've mentioned before, as the second phone call comes out in quick succession, you know, they're not going down without a fight. I mean, they're definitely maintaining composure.
They are giving it their all, and it's a valiant effort. I mean, again, can't talk about it enough. It's the moment of the match, you know? Team kill into 4v5. It just kind of all fell apart there, and they played really well in those opening 3 rounds. This is a team that definitely can compete, that has some of that slaying power, that has some of those some of that stratting power. That it just isn't working out for them right now. They'll be back.
Niccolo spelled, and Beans, Twats, Yoshi, and Centurion actually collecting their second round in spite of being at a man deficit through this later half of the game. And I'm really happy to see them not losing themselves. Like, they're really playing to every mistake that Chetsits is presenting them. As I've said before, you know, Chetsits maybe getting a little greedy, maybe, you know, toying with their food a bit. But, you know, you're already on match point. You're in a significantly higher standing, you know, point-wise. So a draw ultimately doesn't hurt you a whole lot, but at the same time, you have to question, you know, why not just close it out at this point, you know? I mean,
which is more merciful.
Yeah,
which is more merciful, to push it further on and continue this, or to just, you know, end it right here and there and let's all go home. And it does look like I don't necessarily think toying with their food right here on the cafeteria garage. I kind of like Clash as an operator, especially if you're not going to run a bandit. She is kind of like a reinforcement replacement in a weird backwards way. She can be very, very strong if you're not going to bandit the garage door, but still not necessarily an orthodox composition from Check 6, whereas we are seeing more frag grenades come in from Centurion with the sledge. We are going to see the Jack with that really, really strong C7E, a primary weapon that probably doesn't get talked about enough when we talked about why you would play a Jackal. We know him for his strong roam clear. We know him for his ability to bring smokes and a secondary shotgun for vertical play. But that C7E, probably a top 5 assault rifle from the attacking side.
I'd say it's fair to place the C7E at 3rd behind Twitch's F2 and Ash's R4C. I don't know which you would place above the other, but I'd say 3rd is a very fair placement for the C7E as far as attacker weapons go. But curious hollow sight on his F14 as the Captain Traps doing their job as some poor drone work on the side of Centurion. First, the Cabby call comes out, or Logic Bomb, I guess you could say. Doki call, phone call, we'll call it. As Chetsits are keen to
get double killed through a wall, apparently, by the sledge. And here we go. He's loose.
Sight control. Loki refracts onto Jade. That is the first kill by Chetsits. Jello from the grave will collect ghosts as the Jackal taken out, and we're back to a 2v2 here with the Clash still in play. It could be deadly, but Centurion has sight control right now. I'm not sure if Beans is aware of Yoshi's position, which after that phone call will be made very apparent. But Diffuser is retrieved, and Loki looking to go for a flanker from above. Banana Bros is watching yellow stairs, which is not a bad spot to watch, but Beans being very passive on the site take, as only Clash is available on site right now for Chetsits. Loki waiting for a flank on the spiral stairs is some desperation coming out inside of Centurion to really deal with this Clash. Free Fire is out on the garage. All you need to do is pinch that Clash, and Loki with the flank will take out Beans, and we're all up now to Banana Bros, who is ultimately felled by Yoshi, and Chetsits take the round. and ultimately the game 7-2. But again, just really great tries by Centurion. Again, really taking advantage of the, I guess you could say, playfulness of Chetsits throughout that latter half.
And Centurion will be back. They will be a strong team. Today, just not their day. You hate to see it, but sometimes it do be like that. In the immortal words of Oscar Gamble, many people do not know where this comes from. They don't think it be like it is, but it do.
It do indeed. As we will get Serbian in here for an interview, and like you said, you hate to see it, but at the same time, you do love to see a triple kill onto people messing about in a lead match, which, you know, it's understandable, but eh. But with that, we get Serbian, and get a nice little interview going here. Really appreciate the laughs, though, by Chetsits throughout that latter half.
Agreed.
Serbian, what's up? Well, it's all up to you. If there's anyone that wants to come in, they're certainly welcome. Alright.
I think my audio should be included too.
Niccolo as well. Good old Chetsits power duo. So,
right.
What's going on, guys? First of all, GG to you guys. Definitely a well-played game. In spite of, you know, Centurion's unfortunate fate throughout that second half of the game, but
yeah, props to them for playing a good game. I don't know what happened with the 4v5 and all that, but you know, whatever it is, we're glad we got a win.
So go on. I'm lost.
So those early matches before the 4v5 happened, y'all lost a couple players. Y'all lost Loki twice in the opening 3 rounds with the first death. What was the tactical decision like, and how did y'all come back from that?
The biggest thing, I think it was the first, or I think it was the second round actually, when they went Teller's Archives. When he was pushing up through admin and we were trying to take control of that, I went one way with the drone and he thought I was going another way. It was just kind of a miscommunication. He just ran into the castle, I think, up there. So, and as far as the admin windows go, we played it kind of badly the first round because we didn't get a warm up or anything like that, and they picked off a couple of us early, and that kind of threw the whole round. And we still almost got the first round, but yeah, Loki was definitely a little frustrated at the start of that.
Yeah, definitely. So throughout the first, we'll say the 5v5 portion, you know, you guys are playing a pretty standard game. Both teams playing very well, you know, taking everything seriously. The disconnect and subsequent 4v5 happens, and everything's still going pretty standard throughout that first half, but around the time that has switched, knows that you guys definitely started playing a lot more relaxed and just, you know, loose, playful, giving us some wonderful artwork and peeking everything. Was that you guys kind of, you know, just having fun with the game? Because, I mean, not to discredit Centurion, but 4v5s are more or less a given win for the team with all 5 players. So was that just you guys kind of relaxing, realizing that you're in the driver's seat, or what was the mentality shift there?
You want to take that one? Or you want me to answer?
I got half of it, I guess. I mean, we kind of play this game for fun. I mean, it's serious, but we gotta have fun too. So I mean, we kind of just pulled out the ACOG and started messing around a little, and worked out somehow.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is I'm pretty hard on them a lot of the time, and you know, when we get the opportunity to kind of, you know, loosen up a little bit, and I don't have to yell a lot, I think it's a little bit better. So.
Yeah, definitely. Again, some beautiful artwork coming out from you guys on that garage panel, and the nice subtle shout out to your team as well. Don't worry, I caught it.
Yeah.
I also caught Banana Bros taking full advantage of the more artwork in that final round, and I got a wonderful laugh out of it. Another thing that I wanted to ask for you guys, it kind of goes to more so on Centurion's side, but on your guys' defenses, you guys started bringing a Valkyrie, which was not abundant by Centurion at all on their defense, and instead they opted to bring a Bandit on their console defenses, especially, which I thought to be puzzling, but what were your guys' thoughts on that? Because it didn't seem to really deter anything for your attacks onto console meeting.
Yeah, I mean, we don't really do a lot of hard breaching when we push up top, so it's, Bandits. I mean, I think a lot of teams play that because they're kind of really focusing on protecting that console wall, but we don't push that way very often. So I think a Valk or maybe another Intel op would have been better. That's just me. I don't know how Vito feels about it.
I mean, I just ran the Valk to see if I could run out or not, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, I noticed the attempts. Not where C4 came out of it, but I mean, that happens. But Diamondback, anything else you'd have asked? As it appears, my co-host has disappeared.
Yeah.
I believe.
Nope, I'm here.
Oh.
I'm just hanging out. All right.
Anything you want to ask, go ahead.
I'm good. You covered it all.
Alright, well, with that, I really don't have a whole lot to ask on that, aside from, well, not even a question, but really just more so an observation is, of all your guys' consulate games, you guys are definitely play really dominantly. Would it be safe to say that consulate's probably one of your guys' best maps at this point?
I think it is our best map.
We have a lot of good maps.
I think it's probably our best just from how we've played it, especially throughout the collective.
It honestly depends on the day, because sometimes we'll be playing like really good on like an Oregon map, or like if we switch over to like a more conservative map, we just won't be having that same day.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, with that, I don't really have any questions left, and I'm assuming Diamondback, you're good on the questions too?
I'm good.
All right, awesome. So with that, I'll let you guys shout out your team, any sponsors, whatever you want to shout out. I mean, you guys were doing it subtly on the walls in game, but it's a full opportunity now. So floor is yours.
Go ahead, you can go first.
Oh, you want me to? Okay, so shout out to the org that picked us up a couple weeks ago. As always, they're great guys. Shout out to Parker, Trevor, and my boy Yoshi Thomas. Everyone come watch Collective. Go check out our website, check6.gg. We have a Twitter too. I mean, not much more than that.
Yeah, shout out to Check6 and obviously the rest of the guys on the team. Centurion for playing a good game. That's all I got.
Awesome. All right. So with that, again, GG to you guys. Great game as always. And with that, that's our game 1 done today. We do have another match later on today, but again, me being the very uncoordinated caster that I am, I'm not aware of the teams. But second game, make sure to not miss it. Catch it by all means. It'll be another great one. But until then, I've been Skinny. With me has been Diamondback, the wonderful co-host as always, and Nicolo and Serbian from Check6. Be sure to give us a follow on all of our social medias, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch especially. I don't know why you'd be here without giving a follow. All at collective_esports. And we'll catch you again in just a little bit. Peace out.